Hi, it's Dan Burney from Artisan Realty with their Real Estate Minute. Hey, this little talk is about the challenges, reasonable challenges you should expect when you're buying a property or selling a property for that matter too. The first one is the mortgage company. Mortgage rules have changed. It's a very intense, complex group of rules and details that you have to pay attention to when you get a mortgage. And you should expect delays from the mortgage company. You should expect people to lose paperwork. You should expect to deal with multiple people who don't know what they're talking about and certainly haven't met you, but they're going to make incredible demands on you, your time, and your resources. Send me a copy of this check. Get me a copy of this W-2. It'll be a grueling experience. So finding a house and falling in love with a house is the easy part. Getting a mortgage is the difficult part. After that, there's going to be something called title insurance. A title insurance company is going to take a look at the seller's situation. And they're going to make sure that the sellers have paid all their taxes, paid off all their mortgages, paid their taxes to the IRS. Anything that falls apart in that world can create delays or maybe even have the whole deal get turned down. You really don't own a house till you sign the paperwork at a settlement. So keep in mind there's a lot of details that have to be taken care of before you finally get to settlement. Thirdly, there's people. You might think a house is worth $200,000. It's perfectly clear to you. The seller might think the house is worth $250,000. And you're going to have to deal with people, their ideas, their attitudes about what the value of their property it is. Whether or not a roof is a 17-year-old roof, for example, when you have a home inspection, you might think you need a new roof. The seller might say there's 3 years left, buy the house, everything's great. There's a whole host of things that you have to negotiate with sellers, with people, and these are people who are emotionally attached to the property. So it's very difficult. You definitely need a professional to make that happen. Finally, the timing. People who schedule settlements on the last day of the month should expect not to settle on the last day of the month. Everyone wants to settle in the last 3 or 4 days of the month. Getting that whole railroad train of details to settlement with so many details and so many things, it's almost like a moonshot. So when you book your movers, when you get your friends to help you move yourself out of an apartment into a new house, have a lot of flexibility built into that. If you're taking days off from work because the moving day is going to be 2 months from now on a Tuesday, understand that only about half the time do we actually land on that settlement date. Again, advice from a competent, smart real estate broker who would kind of guide you along the way will keep the surprises to a minimum and hopefully make it an easy transaction.